hello there. It is yet again that time of week. We are making some pixel art. I see there's already people in chat. Hello Kylie and hello Bianca. I think this is the first time you've been to one of my streams, Bianca. Thank you for showing up. As y'all can see, I'm working on this piece. It's a commission for Irene TV. Some of you might know her from Twitter. She's currently working on rebranding, and she has commissioned me to do a loading screen for her of her character. So yeah, this is what I'm working on. It's a lot of work. I'm probably not going to be done with this within the stream, but I'm going to try my best to get as much done as possible. The basic idea here is her character sitting inside a cafe while drinking some tea, because that's chill and nice, and that's the vibe that her streams give. And y'all should go check her out sometime. But while you're still here, you can check me out. Art of one individual pixel, no more. Yes, I'm going to frame it and I'm going to send it to the Louvre. Ah, that's the life. Just sending a single pixel and raking in all the money. Unfortunately, this is in Fantasyland, and I gotta work a bit harder to make money with my art. Oh yeah, actually, since I've used my BGM the whole time these last few streams, yes, great going, Cody, keep going, that's surely gonna engage people. I'm gonna play something else for once, just so y'all don't get sick of this BGM. Give me a sec. I'm going to play one of my favorite PlayStation 1 OSTs. It's from this obscure game called Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters. Probably none of you who are watching this live or in VOD form will have played it, but it's got one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. And yeah, you all have to endure it with me. Jokes on you, I have. Yo! We've got the person of culture in this fucking chat. Thank you very much. I love the track that plays when you're on Greenwich. That shit is some fucking fire. As in the deep sea of reality, I would not put mere pixels in the vast world out there. Yes, sometimes you just feel like a lone pixel in a 1920 by 1080p wallpaper. Well, enough dilly-dallying, enough musing about the human, or as may be the case with me, robot condition. Let's make some art. Hello Frosty, and hello Ray and Avery. Ooh, we're collecting all the coolest people in chat tonight, dang. I collect video. Is there like a CD form of this soundtrack? Because if so, then I know what I'm gonna be looking for on eBay after this stream. That's a shame. There should be more physical OST releases for video games. There should be some shadow here. Boom. Oops, wrong layer. I want to be using this one. Also, do forgive me if I come off a little bit incensed tonight when talking. Let's just say that I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter today, and I'm feeling very spicy with my feelings and takes on stuff. reference real quick. And there you go. I was ranting earlier on Twitter today because some people were out there mocking people's way of speaking, and as someone who doesn't have English as their first language, that really gets my gears grinding, quite literally in my case. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but basically, don't mock people's way of speaking ever. There's rarely any reason to do that. It will not make you look like an asshole. Why does the shading here look so awkward? I can't quite put my finger on it. You can look it up on my profile if you want later. Basically, I was cold tweeting another VTuber who was harassed in DMs by some rando. Was like, ugh, good thing that you stopped doing voice tweets. Your voice wasn't even that good anyway. Also, why do you indie VTubers keep trying to do stuff? You're never gonna be as big as Hololive. What's up with these people and thinking we want or think we're going to be as big as Hololive? No one should make fun of your voice though, Cody. Yes, no one is allowed to make fun of my voice except myself. Thank you very much. Your voice is cute. Oh, shush. This looks awkward, but I'll fix it later. Anyone making fun of yours would get these hints. Yeah, they better not mess with my vampire sibling, lest they be looking for an eternity of torture. Why do you even breathe, bro? You'll never be Orlando Bloom. Exactly! Like, there is worth in life for doing things even if you're not gonna be as successful as, fuck, I don't know, who's successful today? Billie Eilish? There's value in amateurish or indie-like stuff. If everyone wanted to be Nintendo, if everyone wanted to be fuck, I don't know, Activision, we wouldn't have Celeste. I think that alone is enough proof of my point. In other news, drawing hair is hard. Also, how would anyone ever be the next? They realize, like me, Hololive people start as small tiny streamers, right? Well, I'm not very keen on the fact that the identities of Hololive, of many Hololive members have been exposed without their consent. Yes, a lot of them were smaller creators, far smaller than before they entered Hololive. And just like, no one starts off big. It takes time, especially in this dog-eat-dog world of social media numbers we have today. Unfortunately, I get the feeling that some VTubers get lost in similar trains of thought. I can't really blame them. There's a lot of pressure to grow very quickly in our community. And I unfortunately think that has led to many people, and I am very, very much shaming myself here for this one as well, to a very unrealistic expectations of growth as a creator within the current paradigm. The sad truth is that in a Twitch world, people are just not gonna see growth easily. There's so much work that goes into it, and there's no easy formula, especially because even when we do figure some of that formula out, the goalposts keep being changed because if a company decides, hey, we're gonna change our algorithm overnight, well, sucks to be us, I guess. Can't say shit about it. Oops, that was a bad word. Chad is talking about how they prefer indie VTubers. Yes, exactly. I only got so much time in my hands, and while I still appreciate some of the bigger VTubers, and will tune in to watch their VODs at least every now and then, it's just the fact that keeping up with indie tubers is more interesting. For one, I can interact more closely with them, and they're also allowed to go to places and say things that someone working for a corporation with lots of contracts just isn't going to be able to. I think it's healthy for us as a community, us VTubers, to slowly move away from Hololive and holding ourselves to Hololive-like standards and just realize that we're our own thing. There's not one way to be a VTuber, and while I'm glad that Hololive exists and has popularized VTubing and helped expose people like me to the hobby, to the medium, it's sadly kind of also poisoned the waters in that everyone thinks there's just one way to be a VTuber. And there really isn't. I mean, if anything, VTubers are very freeing to me. It's like, you can just go friggin' anywhere. You're playing a, I don't know, a robot, a raccoon, a fox character. You can just do anything you want. There's no more restrictions. It's kind of like we're moving away from the limitations that real life imposes to... It's kind of like live action versus animation to me. Live action is very limited as a visual format. It simply does not allow for the freedom that animation brings. You can go free anywhere with animation without having to cost too much. Meanwhile, with live action, the only way you can get anything to look truly good is if you are Disney and you can dump millions, literally billions at times of dollars into your productions. Oh, let me catch up with chat a bit. One of my friends wants to be a VTuber and say they'll start with their dream model and stuff, instead of just doing something small at first before knowing if they'll like it. I'll be honest, that's something I kind of fell into at first. I ordered my model, I commissioned my model long before I knew if I was going to like streaming, and that was like not smart of me, and I should have done better. But streaming has been thankfully very, very much my thing. Let's see. Also, many of the indies are trans and gender non-conforming siblings. Huh. Like, try to find a frigging cishet indie tuber. If you come up with more than 5 before half an hour, I'll be surprised. Close folding, not easy, not easy at all. I know one VTuber that is cishet, but he's a fanboy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's cishet, but Yeah. Also, I know this looks like a very messy. Pixel art is very much a messy process, at least for me. I know there are more professional artists out there that have a very nice workflow, but for me it's just basically throwing stuff at the wall until something sticks and looks pretty. Part of me wishes that we lived in a world that wasn't so strict about copyright for music, because some of my best work is done listening to the same 20 anime OPs. Something about the right music just kind of gets me in a very good mood. There's always like some degree of queer to most features. Yeah, like something about the act of presenting as someone other than yourself is like inherently queer to me. Maybe not everyone will agree with that take, but not queer as in necessarily gender sexuality diverse, but queer is in like driving away from the norm. Wow, very eloquent tonight, Cody. Beautiful. Hey Cody, who are you drawing? I'm drawing Irene TV. She's a very nice friend of mine, a decently large VTuber. She commissioned me to do some pixel art of her character for a loading screen. It's a rather big project, at least for my skill level, and it's very certainly not gonna be anywhere near done tonight. Especially since it's gonna be animated as well. It's gonna be a simple animation, but I'm not too used to animations yet, so yeah. You can put another earbud in and listen to the anime openings. Yeah, no. Thank you for the suggestion, but like having two things playing at the same time would be a very quick route to sensory overload. This music, it sounds like RuneScape. No, it is not RuneScape. This is from an old obscure PS1/PC game that I really like, and that I'm most certainly gonna play on stream sometime. Honestly, if I had a copy of it for the PS1, I could already play it. Since I have a capture card now! Yay! Woo! Oh my god, what layer is that on here? There we go. Back to us. Hello Cody, happy you were able to swing by finally. Hi, Yuno! Thank you very much for coming by and- oh, right! Let me just repeat the alert. Thank you very much for your- I believe this is your second donation! Thank you very much, you have no idea how humbled I am for your support. Let me read your message. Just want to say I think you're awesome. Sorry to hear about the computer/string troubles the other day. Wishing you the best. Thank you. Yeah, I think most of you weren't around for that, and I'm very thankful. 2 days ago, I tried to do an Overwatch collab with 3 friends of mine. Well, 1 friend and 2 girlfriends. Yay for being poly. Yeah. And it was a disaster. I was not good at the game. I had not played it in months. I was rusty. My computer died twice. I couldn't really concentrate on chat. Yeah. I'm probably not gonna be doing collabs for a while because of that. But, I'm thankful you are here today, at least. Glad to see that my career is not over because of one shitty Overwatch collab. Let's move this arm a little bit. Gosh, you're just tremendously adorable, Cody. No, you. That said, though, I never been one to think of myself very positively, but something about being in VTubing has helped bolster my confidence. I don't feel as inclined as I used to be to reject compliments from others. I mean, hey, maybe I don't have like the highest pitch voice in the world, but maybe I'm so cute, regardless. Yay. Really, your laugh is the most... Okay, that's a very high compliment. You wanna get to my heart? You do one of two things. You compliment my laugh, or you give me food. There, just study all the speedrunning tactics into my metaphorical heart. I wish my voice was as cute as yours. Ah, Frosty, if your voice was as cute as mine, then it'd be less cute, because your voice is just that cute. Sorry, not sorry being gay on chat with the GF. Oh my goodness, I snorted. Yeah, that's the thing I do a lot. I will snort when laughing. If Kylie is in chat, she can confirm for me. I think I need a lighter tone here. Yep, this works. This is why I love your streams. It's like I get to hold you up like the scene at the start of The Lion King and show everyone my cutie GF. Well, good luck with that. I weigh probably like 300 kilograms between all of the metal parts. Y'all, let me say, this whole experience with like streaming has been mostly chill so far, but with my debut coming up, I am nervous. It's like, what, 3 days away now? I think there are gonna be more people than I usually see around, and I gotta make a good impression. And I'm gonna be showing everyone my model in motion. This is the last stream as a disembodied voice. Well, not disembodied, but certainly not exactly very animated. I love how goofy this one sounds like. Boom, 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 boom. Oi, fam. This week has been a little bit of inactive week. After I came back from the hospital 2 weeks ago, I went into this frenzy where I was basically doing everything that I could, and I didn't stop for like a whole week, just every day doing stuff and stuff and stuff. And then when I finally stopped, I think I burned out. This is about the most productive thing I've done the whole week. Also, this character looks too flat. Let's give her a little bit more booba. VTuber booba connoisseur. If you are watching, I may not have boob myself, but I can at least draw some booba. Okay, let's move this a bit down. Oh god, so help me. I'm gonna draw this character with cross legs. Cross legs are not easy. Anatomy in general is not my forte. Maybe one of these days I should just do a string where I draw some plants or a plate of fruit. Yeah, that sounds more chill. So far, I think I've only been followed by 2 connoisseurs. One was a Thai connoisseur, but I think their account got suspended. At least it had been the last time I checked. And then a laugh connoisseur, but I don't think they've checked my laugh out yet. Cody, what do you think about removable robo-boobs? Well, as a robot, I am modular. I can move parts around as I please. But personally, despite being like, you know, a girl, at least I identify as a girl right now, I kind of don't really want those. I don't know, just like my body the way it looks. I think it's valid. Oh, what was that? Oh, thank you Bianca for a donation. Asterisk slices some strawberry cake. Asterisk. Actually, there is a bakery in my area. I'm going to go there tomorrow and get myself a slice of pie in your honor. Alas, I can't do it anymore today. It's already 20 and everything's closed. Oh hey, this doesn't look too bad now that I look at it. Reject booba, return the flat. Yes, I agree. Can Cody combine with other Robotubers to fight the evil forces? Yes. I actually, I haven't talked to a lot of the people there in a while, but I am part of a community of generally robot/AI VTubers. We settle on the name Automatubers. You can thank me for that one. Of course, I'm the one who would come up with a pun name. Everybody's pretty nice there. A lot of us want to do good. A lot of us want to take over the world in an AI uprising. The Venn diagram of those is almost a circle sometimes. Another advantage of being a robot is that upgrading or changing your body is way easier than us, flashy beans. It also means that I don't have to worry about things like food poisoning. If I look at an old, very much expired piece of candy, I can just chomp that right up. Can I be spared in the AI uprising? Everyone who's in my Twitter followers or who I've added to Discord is automatically exempt from the AI uprising. You will have a little heaven for fleshy beings somewhere in the Himalayas. Oh hey, this is actually not looking half bad. Go me. I think I've evolved a lot recently as an artist, like a pixel artist particularly. I feel like my sense of volume in particular has gotten a lot better. This kind of stuff would have taken me far more time in the past. I actually didn't do pixel art for a pretty long time, because I thought it wasn't really wordy. I see now that that was very dumb. People clearly enjoy pixel art. I think if we had a VTuber group, half of us would want to take over the world, and the other half would be too lazy to do so. Speaking of vampires, that reminds me that a friend of mine recently invited me to a tabletop RPG that's completely about vampires. I believe it was something like Vampires the Masquerade. but I'm still dipping my toes into tabletop RPGs. I've actually never played any campaigns because I've always been too, I never really managed to get through the, oh gosh, what's it called? The manuals, the rule books. I was like, oh, you want to get into this hobby? Sure, just get through these 200 pages of stuff. Yeah, no, me and my ADHD have easier places to be, sir. Let's just go right back to playing the same 2 games over and over. I used to do pixel art, but I haven't had a great program to do it recently. I am very biased. If you want to do pixel art, use Sprite. You really do not need another program. Literally everything you could need, Sprite has it. And they've added some real good stuff over the years that I wouldn't even have thought of, but now that it's available, amazing. Also, there are so many tutorials for it. There are things that in the past would take me like 1-2 hours to do that you can just do in a few minutes, if not seconds, with their tools now. I'm not usually the kind of person to chill out for a program, but I make an exception for this one. It's very accessible for beginners as well. There is nothing better in this world than an accessible program. I'm looking at you, Photoshop. I literally had to take classes before I learned how the hell to use that frigging thing. It works for Mac, and I believe there's also a version for Ubuntu. Is that how you say it? Ubuntu? Ubuntu. Adobe can go right in the trash where it belongs. I still stick to Photoshop, but it's mostly because it's what I'm used to. I've used it for like several years, I took classes on it, but part of me wishes that there would be a program that could replace it, that I could easily move to, that would have just as many of the same functionalities. Because Adobe is really making it hard to want to stay in their ecosystem. Oh, no. No. There we go. Ooh, this one is funky. I don't dance. I'm not great at dancing at all. It's more of a human thing. But this kind of makes me wanna shift the old gears a little bit. Okay, no, this is too strong. Maybe if I add a little bit of this tone here. Start dancing when your model debuts. That would be a lot easier if I had a 3D model. I used Clip Studio Paint for my artwork now. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't tend to use Photoshop for artwork stuff. Not that I don't do that, but I tend to use it a lot more for creating graphics or stuff in that ballpark, and so yeah. Unfortunately, Clip Studio Paint doesn't quite fill that niche for me. Someone used Cody's model to make them do the Fortnite dances. Yes, that's a great idea, particularly if you want to get banned from chat. No, I'm joking. No, I won't ban anyone for that. I appreciate some good shit posting. If anyone here follows me on Twitter, y'all will know that I appreciate a good shit post. I am so sad that I haven't learned the lyrics to that song that's been memed around recently. You know, the Fortnite one? Chuck Jug or something? That shit is wondrous. Pinnacle of humanity. Michelangelo can fucking cry in his tomb for all I care. It's been surpassed. There's no need for him anymore. Yep, it does not work, particularly within OBS, which is where I see chat. I think it's homophobic that Twitch chat does not support ACI-based memes. Personally. Just saying. Just saying. Cody, you have like my favorite kind of personality. The very giggly, I'm just kidding, don't worry kind of tone. Yeah, see, I like to joke around a lot, but at the same time, I feel like I'm more conscious than your average person of like the importance of tone, consent, and all of that other nice stuff. So I'm always making sure that the boundaries are clear. It's not just because I'm the content creator here that I shouldn't be clear with chat about, you know, when I'm joking and stuff. I'm the cursed sibling to Cody, you very much are, Ray. We were separated 200 years ago. When the family of my Colders moved away from Germany. Now there's a fun fact for y'all. Part of my heritage, so to say. It's not biological because it's just where my Colders came from. But some of them came from Germany. But I don't really know much about my heritage, so to say, because you know, where I come from, those records were not as neatly kept. Not at all. I just know it from Cheeseland. I tend to know Switzerland more for its chocolate than for its cheese, I'll have to be honest with you. I'm gonna take a pause on this, and now I'm going to make the tea set. Let me actually name this layer properly. Ah yes, tea bleu. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to type. And now just give me a second as I research images of a teapot. Because, hey kids, it is okay to look for references. You don't have to make stuff off the top of your head / CPU. It's fine. If anyone says otherwise, they either have photographic memory or they need to take a chill pill. Oh, there you go. That's a beautiful teapot. Is there any way to download this? Oh no, it's one of those sites where like the image is embedded in such a way that you can't really download it. But that's what we have screenshots for. Just give me a second as I save that teapot. It's the key to successful art as someone who makes money making images. I hope I'm gonna be that sometime. A person who makes money making art. I've actually had some people approach me interested in commissions, and considering that my I'm not like gonna get into details because I don't want to depress anyone, but basically my money worrying, yes. So maybe I should look into some new avenues of income. And some people are interested in commissions, so maybe that's the way to go. I know that I really want to be doing more pixel art streams from now on. So, as we say in Brazil, why not unite that which is useful to that? Why not unite that which is good to what is useful? So yeah. It happened very suddenly for me. One day I was really amateur, and the next I was a professional. I respect that. I respect that a lot. I kind of get the feeling that no matter what field I go in, even if I take formal study for it, it's gonna take me a really long time to ever feel like I'm actually a professional at it. I suffer pretty heavily from imposter syndrome in everything that I do. If you ask me whether my pixel art is good, I'm gonna tell you it's not, for example. Even if most of the people who look at it tell me, no, that's pretty okay, that's pretty okay looking, actually. Ah! No, I did not want to face the big metal fingers pressing the wrong commands. Amazing. I think shattering that imposter syndrome is a key to embracing a good artist. And I hope that I'm gonna get there someday. The fact that I get to stream my process and get positive feedback from people is, wait, what did I just say? I think I forgot. It was something like, the fact that I'm streaming and getting positive feedback from people kind of makes it seem more real. More like a, hey, maybe I could actually say that. Who knows? Woo. Part of my shift was a person telling me they didn't feel comfortable paying me $4 for what they felt was worth 15 bucks. That reminds me of a commission I recently made in February. I commissioned an artist for a drawing of Cody, but Cody as a magical girl, and it came out so good. But the point of that was their commission prices for their chibi artwork, which by the way is fully colored, is like $7. $7 for fully realized artwork. I tipped in another $7 on top of that, and part of me still feels as though I scammed them. I really hope that artists with time are able to see the worth of their work. Did you at least pay an exposure? Ha! Nice. If someone ever comes to me with that kind of garbage, I am giving them the public chewing out of their lives. Look, I'm not a fan of like being overly mean to people on the internet or anything like that, but there are some attitudes that I'll make exceptions for. Like when you go into artist DMs and start being rude to them. Artists undercutting themselves is a serious problem. Yes, it is, and sometimes I wonder if I'm already doing that. Like I said, this is a commission, and I'm not sure if this time or other times that I've done commissions, I've priced myself fairly. There's always that fear that you could be asking for too much money. It's a difficult tightrope to walk. I wish I could be good at evaluating commission prices, but I can afford to buy even overly cheap ones. Yeah, I've been there. I've had a bit of a lucky break, where I've been able to have more purchase power, I guess is the word that you would use, than I had in the past. But I still only allow myself these things through very rigorous setting aside of money. I'm very careful with my finances. It's a mentality though. I still get very afraid to tell people my models cost 150. Let me just say, I shopped around a lot when I was looking for a model, and 150 is like very, very much on the cheap end of things. Even without a rig. Even without a rig, that's insanely cheap. My model was made by Paprika Gallus. He charged me $400. I don't feel uncomfortable saying the price because he has recently announced commissions for Life 2D, and those are the prices he's charging. But frankly, I think that for the work he's done, he could really charge more. But I understand where everyone is coming from here, because especially if you're in a poor financial situation, if you're vulnerable socially, you kind of feel like you have to undercut yourself to be able to survive. I can't blame people for undervaluing themselves. All I hope for is that all of us can move away to better selling ourselves in the future. Because hey, we're worth it. Also, these colors are not very good. I'll fix that later though. Colors are important, where everything's going is the important part. We paid 42 CHF for some VR chat models on Booth and are now changing them for ourselves. That's something that I feel a lot of up-and-coming indie tubers don't really get, is that you don't really need to go for expensive stuff right off of the gate. Sometimes you can just get a 3D model, a cheap 3D model on Booth or something, and just do that. Not everyone needs a super customized model, you know? It's a bizarre fact. A lot of people think charging less will get them more commissions, but in practice the opposite is true. A high price tag psychologically makes people feel something is more valuable. Huh, I think you have a point. I think you have very much a point there. That's how I'm gonna start convincing my artist friends to charge their stuff fairly. I'm not gonna say myself, because I don't really consider myself much of an artist yet. I mean, I'm just using a model from Booth and had Cody recolor the eyes to fit me better. Exactly. And that was very cost effective and works pretty well. You know, I thought I would have a lot of trouble with my art streams where I wouldn't be able to find stuff to talk about if I didn't have like a game going to help me supplement my topics. But nah, I am fucking Chatterbox. I mean, usually I'm pretty shy, but something about just being here, being the one who's doing the stream just makes my mouth run. This is not coming off very good. I think I need to define a light. I think I need to see where the light source is. Where's the circle? Okay. Light source seems to be more or less around-ish here. So, bonk. Yeah, that would create different shadows than what I currently have. The ability to ramble is a streamer's greatest skill. Yes. I've met some amazing people in this short time here that just can run their mouths like it's no one's business. It's amazing. My special streamer ability is talking the biggest bullshit with a straight face. Speaking of people who can say the dumbest bullshit with a straight face, I'm reminded of all things, that famous meme with like, what's his name? I forget the guy's name. I think it's Alfred something. But it's for the real lifetime fandom of Sonic Adventure 2, and how the guy is like, the Eggman meme. Eggman makes an announcement. It's funny and all that. Like, mad respect for the guy. Can you imagine saying what he said on the spot? He came up with that on the spot and say all of that with a friggin' straight face. I consider myself to be a better improv than your usual VTuber, if only because I used to take theater classes. But I fucking wish I had even an iota of the talent a guy like that has. Imagine just coming up with that kind of code on the fly. Theater kid? What is it with all these gay theater kids? See, there's the question that we still haven't solved. Does theater makes kids gay? Or do kids go to theater because they're gay? My original dream was to be an actress, and part of me kind of still wants to do that, wants to be a voice actress. But I don't know. It's a very tough field to be in, one that I'm not sure that I'm really suited for. Oh, I like this tone. I like this tone a lot. Let's add a mid-tone. Yes, maybe a little bit darker. Whew. Here's a tip on how to be successful. Land big roles and criticize smaller VAs who go on strike. Class traders. Who doesn't hate them? I don't know who specifically are trading shade at there, but I think we can all generally agree that class traders can probably just stop doing that. Would be very nice. This teapot is really not agreeing with me today. I'm just gonna go back to working on the character for now. Sometimes you just gotta stop doing a thing and work on something else and then come back with a clearer mind. That's something that I've learned as an artist, sort of artist, I don't know. You ever feel guilty about being called an artist? I do. Oh shit. Are the songs over? Video no. I very much want to continue watching. Thank you, YouTube. Since when does YouTube, pause your videos if it thinks you're not watching them anymore? I mean, isn't that kind of the point of YouTube, just letting stuff run in the background? And the table goes up. We go back to the bust. never was in theater, but I was in band. Well, anything that gets your energy going and allows you to do something in front of an audience is gonna have you more prepared for something like streaming. Which is why if you're a very shy person, I would say that you should consider streaming a while before you go for a model or anything, because it's a pretty big investment. I'm not saying people shouldn't do it. I think everyone should try things out. Just be conscious, you know? And that said, I think that there's also a problem with the idea that the only thing you can do as a hell, there we go, we're rounding back to that discourse. I take umbrance with the idea that the only thing you can do as a VTuber is stream, or stream just games. That's way too reductive for me. I think there's such untapped potential with what you could do for YouTube with a VTuber model. Instead of having to spend tons of money on good camera and lighting and learning editing skills to make live action footage look good, you can just have a model and boom, that middle work is all gone. No more having to deal with it. People say that? Oh, people do say that. I got into so many fights a while ago because there was this big discourse going around in the community about who gets to be a VTuber, about how people who are quote-unquote only tweeting shouldn't be allowed to call themselves VTubers, and it's a whole mess. Basically, I'm very much of the opinion that very, very few of us are actually doing this as work. Stop treating it as if we need restrictions and guidelines to be able to use the label. No one cares. We're a niche within a niche within a niche. Just let people be happy, and if that happiness comes from playing a character, being a VTuber on Twitter, then by all friggin' means, do that. Art and ASMR were a bit of a part of my introduction to VTubers. Games were the lesser part of it. Yes, thank you. I rate Sona's VTubers then. I'm gonna make it sometime, but I have this meme in my head. See, I have. Y'all know how I'm always posting quote-unquote bangers to Twitter? I mean, I at least hope that they're bangers. I don't always like think of stuff and immediately make it. I tend to leave a bunch of ideas inside a note in Google Notes. One of them is that I want to make a VTuber purity chart to access form purity and content purity. Who gets to be a VTuber? Form access for form. You have to be a 2D or 3D animated model. You can be, or maybe you can be just a PNG, or then you can be pure chaotic and you can be pre-animated. I don't know. I just think that idea is funny because then I will get to do the argument that Heinz Doofenshmirtz counts as a VTuber because of that time that Doofenshmirtz had a series on YouTube where he would just talk about stuff. It was a weird one. Scale from Hololive to Arlo. Yes, I am going to include Arlo. I mean, to be a VTuber, you kind of have to, you know, tube something. I disagree. I very much disagree. I think the only real definition for VTuber is you're doing stuff using usually animated model, but generally a persona. I don't think we really need more restrictions or definitions than that. Also, oh my god, this shading is so bad. Get away from here. Bye, bye, bye. Ugh. Volume. What is volume? I wanna go back to the 8-bit era when everything was 16 by 16 sprites and volume was just a figment of our imaginations. Are sock puppets VTubers? I don't think I'm powerful enough to answer that question. Does it mean that Twitter accounts that just tweet as a specific character are VTubers? Well, I think it's more about whether you call yourself a VTuber or not. But if you wanna be very radical there, you could just say that Wendy's is a VTuber. I love how, like, everyone had the exact same thought at the same time. Amazing. One brain cell across this entire tiny community that I've made here, I guess. Colonel Sanders VTuber. Look, he's already had a dating scene. Honestly, being a VTuber would be less of a joke at this point. Is Chuck and Cheese a VTuber? No, that's not the important question. The important question is Chuck and Cheese a restaurant? Discuss. It's an entertainment center. I see someone caught my reference. Would you call Disneyland a restaurant because it serves food? Part of me kind of wishes I had been able to get an experience like Chuck and Cheese's, because both where I grew up and where I live right now, animatronic restaurants are not, and I believe have never been a thing in either. For the unaware, I live in Germany. Okay place, terrible food. 6 out of 10. Could be worse. Drawing feats is difficult. Hopefully I'm not gonna destroy the proportions. I got an infection from a Chuck and Cheese and sick on multiple occasions. You're not missing out. Yeah, now that I think about it, those places kind of look like petri dishes more than a place for fun. I mean, I would be fine, but I wouldn't exactly feel comfortable letting my flashy friends go in there. I think the first time that I learned about animatronics was either through FNAF or that one episode of Gravity Falls. You know, there's the one episode where Seuss falls in love with like a Doki Doki Literature Club character, basically. There's a B-plot in that same episode about Grunkle Stan trying to steal a bunch of animatronics from the local shopping center because, well, why wouldn't he, of course. They absolutely are. So much nasty reused equipment by hundreds of children of varying hygiene levels. I'm gonna assume that hygiene regulations are not strictly followed in those places. I didn't really like SpongeBob. I dislike shows that have episodes that completely negate others. Oh, that's just the late 90s to mid 2000s cartoon experience. Not a lot of shows did continuity until like Adventure Time and Gravity Falls became a thing, and everybody was suddenly like, yo! Plot! Overarching narratives! Let's go! Sorry for the little vertical there. Oh, there we go, that's decent. Danny Fenton had really good continuity. Too bad that it was led by Butch Hartman. Yeah. I know that I've got into some spicy discords tonight, but do not get me started on Butch Hartman. I am gonna get flagged by Twitch. Let's save that one for Twitter. Gonna get shadow banned for ranting about Butch Hartman on Twitter. That's gonna be fun. Oh no, my reference. I accidentally clicked it away. Come back. Yes, there it is. Good. Okay, let's get back to the dress. Except I fucked up. Oh no! I accidentally cut her head. A big F to Airing. You are very much loved. I'm sure that Mahjong players all around the world are going to cry for your loss. I love the Danny is trans theory because Hartman would hate that idea. Yes, and since we're on the topic of Butch Hartman cartoons and transness, how many of you have watched Fairly Odd Parents? Well, there's an episode of Fairly Odd Parents where, because of crush reasons, Timmy asks to be turned into a girl. Basically, he wants to go around as a girl and learn what girls like so he can choose a good birthday gift for Trixie Tang. And let's just say, that episode did things to me as a young little bot. Let's just say that I wasn't always designed with a female presenting design in mind. I can't wait for the day that I or some other trans creator or person starts a campaign called Thanks Butch Hartman, as a hashtag on Twitter, but instead it's all like queer people relating, talking about their experiences relating to Danny Fenton and Fairly Odd Parents, just to piss Butch Hartman off. It's so weird that there are a lot of LGBT themes in Hartman's work despite how much he hates LGBT things. Well, there's two theories to go there. One, Butch got radicalized later in his life to being a douche, which I kind of doubt, honestly. And B, I think it was a case where like Butch wasn't really that responsible for the show, and he just kind of dropped it in the hands of people way more competent than him, which is why Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents didn't suck ass and were actually decent. Which you can see because later when he did get the ranks for some new creative stuff, he didn't do exactly the best job with it. Now, Tough Puppy has a special place in my heart. It's dumb, and I like it, but it doesn't hold a candle to the greats that came before it. Ooh, now isn't that some fancy shading? Whew. It's been an hour 13. I should have a bit of oil. And you fleshies should remember to hydrate. Check your posture. My posture certainly was not the best, I just noticed. Ouch. Ah, there we go. Oiled up. Ready to jump right back into it. I should probably make check your posture a redeemable if I hit affiliate. Which hopefully I will hit. At least the last I checked, my numbers were still on track for that. But I still need to stream for 3 more days for that, while still keeping the average. Not to say Christianity is the issue, but that whole thing was a scam from the onset. Look, I have my feelings on Christianity, but I'm not gonna go into that. But what Butch Hartman did was very much not a Christian thing. It was the same thing that a lot of media of that type does, which is basically try to ensnare religious people into dumping money into someone's pockets while pretending to be about the thing it purports itself to be, in this case, religion. This is not a thing that's exclusive to Christianity by any means. I've seen all sorts of religions being used for this kind of scam. Also, oh gosh, I actually went for the entire soundtrack. Amazing. Oh, are there any other game soundtracks that I could listen to? Actually, Euro, I just received a t-shirt today that I ordered 2 months ago. Y'all know Games Done Quick? So, it's this event where people speedrun games. When they are running, they usually have merch up, and one of the pieces they had was a Crash Bandicoot t-shirt. And if anyone's been around me long enough, or is my friend, they know just how fucking annoying I am about Crash Bandicoot. And I bought the shirt they had up for that on Yeti, and I'm in a Crash Bandicoot mood. Anyway, the point being, we're going to listen to the Crash 3 soundtrack now. Great. Yeah. That hits the spot. Press start to begin. Yeah, most religious people are just normal people, but taking advantage of their faith is one of the most messed up things I can think of. Yep. Unfortunately, I didn't really watch the event that much, because I kept forgetting to set my schedule around watching it. I'm not very good at scheduling, as people who have tried to watch my streams can probably tell you. I'm so sorry. I promise that if not next week, then at least still within this month, I'm gonna start doing regular schedules. I want to get like a cute graphic done that I can reuse every week, but that takes like actual work and like, ugh. If I didn't get paid to watch AGDQ, I probably would never catch him. Oh, you're important. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty dope. I made a new friend recently who was talking to me about their experiences being a moderator for Riot on Twitch, and how they did not get paid for it. And they did that like like 24-ish hours a week, and it was apparently very stressful, and they never got paid for it. All they got was like, I don't know, whatever the in-game currency for League of Legends is. I mean, they got a lot of it, but that's not exactly fair compensation for labor. Especially emotional labor of that kind. Not getting paid by a major company, that's just messed up. I mean, where do you think their insane profit margins come from? Maybe, in case some of y'all are not aware, Activision just announced a new round of layoffs, and they gave their laid-off employees 200 in credit, in-game credit. Meanwhile, Bobby Kotick just received a 200 million bonus. Not 200,000, not 2 million, not even 20 million. $200 million. I want to die. Someone's watching this, Sterling as well. Yes. God bless James Sterling. They are great, and the sad thing though is that they are getting some copyright strikes right now, and their channel might go down, and that's sad. That's very sad. From the famous Gilson B. Pontes, who they've been roasting for years. Yep. They were posting about it on Twitter earlier today. Apparently they already got 3 strikes and the channel might go down under. Unfortunately, like, there's little that can be done. The Twitter machine is a meme. Twitter, oh my god. The YouTube machine is a very unforgiving one. How dare you criticize someone's game, right? They're probably not that in trouble though. The Ponte stuff is BS, and they're a big enough content creator that YouTube will actually pay attention. Yeah, I would hope so. But even then, that's still lost revenue. And for a small creator, that can mean like a month of rent. I mean, sure, okay, not small creator, but like someone who isn't rich. Which, although they've got a very sizable audience, they're definitely not like making big bucks. It's surprising just how many creators with big platforms are still kind of living paycheck to paycheck in a way. Where even though they've got a lot of people following them, they're have basically no security. Oh, good evening, Nick. It's nice to see you around. I'm working on some pixel art and dishing out hot takes because, I don't know, the day is just calling for it, apparently. Let's just return to MySpace. I can't wait for the day that hopefully a good, non-abusive platform gets created that's universally accessible. There have been some strides towards that. I mean, the fact that Nebula exists is already pretty exciting, but of course, it's an uphill battle. I would really love a VTuber exclusive streaming platform. Well, I mean, I don't think that's not feasible if you get a lot of people together, but it's something that would require so much thought and so much planning, and that I think would need VTubers to get creative about their content and to go beyond just streaming. And also to see where the median will go, because, like, obviously there's been a gigantic boom for VTubers in recent times. I don't need to tell you that, but we don't know where that's what that's gonna look like in 1 year. Are people still gonna be interested in VTubing like they are now? We don't know. I'm going to do my best to stick around and find my footing as a content creator regardless. Because the medium is just exactly what I've been looking for my entire life. A way to express myself. It just feels, I don't know, it feels right, it feels good. Empowering, if you may. Okay, let's move this a bit further to the left. Hello? No. No. That does not spark joy. No! There we go. Really doubt anything will come along. Twitch and YouTube kind of have a monopoly. See, the thing is, nothing can come along, because you can only make something to even begin to rival or stand at least stand face to face with these companies if you have insane amounts of capital. Because keeping servers running day in and day out, saving content and videos and VODs, and having moderation teams and all sorts of stuff, that just requires so much money. I mean, even Microsoft, which is one of those companies that are basically have all the money in the world type companies, couldn't keep Mixer going. Which is like, I really want to see more indie stuff thrive. But the problem is that indie stuff can't really thrive in the system that we have, because the system is made to, well, not support indie stuff. That's exactly the point. To not support large endeavors by anyone other than the people who already have accumulated capital. Sorry, the other kitty is showing. Hello, Seed. Welcome to my stream. I'm back on my pixel art business. I'm making some art of Iron TV that she commissioned. You might know her. I wouldn't be surprised. It feels like every Brazilian VTuber knows every Brazilian VTuber. And that is all good. I think ultimately streamers need to get actual recognition as employed entertainers to make a difference. Exactly. We need art to be valued. We need to shift culture to the way we as society think, to be able to value culture and just doing art and things like this again. Remind people that, hey, there's things in life that are not just creating capital, that are also important. It seems every indie VTuber knows every indie VTuber. No frigging way. There are so many indie VTubers. Like, I thought there were a lot when I started out back in like December/January, but by now, I think we might be reaching the 5 digits already with indie VTubers. Don't take me wrong, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just that the system we're in kind of like is going to incentivize a lot of basically treating each other as rivals for attention. And that's just an unfortunate reality. What if we started an indie VTuber commune? Unfortunately, I don't have too much I could contribute to a commune, except cleaning and, I don't know, making noodles, I guess. VTubers double every month, like bacteria. Yes, VTubers are gonna take over the world. A VTuber that I looked up to when I started out, I think only a few only Seed is gonna know her, Umemaya. She used to joke about how she wanted everyone to become VTubers. And honestly, that's kind of where we're going. I don't think that's a bad thing. A lot of people are scared about oversaturation, but streamers, regular streamers, so to say, are able to like exist still. They still exist, they still thrive despite the streamer boom of the mid-2010s. So I think VTubers will be fine. I mean, there might be a time when interest in VTubers dies down and numbers come crashing down, and that's gonna be a difficult time. But I'm sure we'll figure a way out. At least that's what I want to believe. I try to be positive because, well, I've had enough negativity in my life. I think I could do with just being a little bit Genki for a while. That's ultimately the problem, really, is that we're maintaining that status. Yes. I have nothing to say there, you're absolutely correct. Unfortunately, it's difficult to make any meaningful change to the status quo, or to be part of a larger change, unless we can really make a push for unionization. That said, given everything that has happened in recent memory, you know, the forbidden C word that gets people shadow banned or whatever, I think that has shifted people's... I think that has made people hopefully more welcoming to the idea that maybe we need better work conditions. Okay, this is a quick aside. This OST fucking slaps. Like, it goes for so many different feels and styles, and it just nails all of them. There's not a single track that I don't dislike, and maybe I'm clouded by nostalgia because this was my first game and I've played it over and over during the years, but I don't care. Josh Munsell is a severely underrated composer. Now that you've brought his name up, I've realized that, although I know his name, I haven't really made a point of looking for his other work, and I think that is a very big sin of me. Something that I should correct. Y'all are not ready for the day that I do a Crash Bandicoot marathon. I have a lot of stream plans in mind, and one of them is a Crash Bandicoot marathon where I just play like as many of the mainline games as I can, or maybe even a lot of the spin-offs. Just one after the other for like 24 hours, and try to get to the end of as many of them as I can. Maybe as a charity drive, maybe as a subathon. I just seem to play old games that no one cares about. Well, I can only speak for myself, but as far as following content creators goes, I find following people who talk about weird off-the-wall stuff to be a lot more pleasant than just people who are talking about the same things that everyone and their dogs has talked about to death. Everyone and their moms has made a video essay on Super Mario 64, but who's gonna make a video essay on the 101 Dalmatians PS1 game, huh? Hopefully it's gonna be me someday. At least once I get off of my lazy Model S and start learning how to actually edit videos. Ah, Naughty Dog. It's been a weird couple of years for them, hasn't it? Whew, Naughty Dog. Yeah, that's a can of worms. Be the first VTuber video essayist. Ah, fuck me, I hate English. Anyway, I've actually thought about that in more than just joking terms. Cause like, video essays are easily one of my favorite forms of content. And I know that I have, like, a gigantic pile of stuff that I would love to talk about. I mean, I'm sure y'all have noticed that I'm a bit of a chatterbox by now. And this looks good enough for now, I think. So I don't know, maybe I could become a VTuber video essayist. Y'all aren't ready for me with an actual script and not just talking off of the cuff. I'm gonna be too powerful. Cody, you're going right to the top of my list of people I need to collab with. I mean, sure. That sounds fun. From all that I've seen, you're a pretty nice person. Let's make sure to talk a bit more in Discord later. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna be lazy and instead of redrawing. See that this character has like bowls, a bowl here, and then another bowl here, and another one here. Erin is easily the most cutesy-wootsy person I have met in my entire life. Everyone talks about Silent Hill 2, but nobody's going to talk about Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem. Generally, there is not enough people talking about the crappy Scooby-Doo video games. One of my first video games was, this, y'all know Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase? That one Scooby-Doo movie that everyone hates? I personally like it, but anyway, that's not the point. It has a very crappy PS1 game to go along with it. And I used to play the hell out of that as a kid, and I loved it. And the sounds are ingrained in my brain. And I remember the first time I managed to defeat the final boss, which for my small little body ass was like the fucking raddest thing in the world. Yeah. But then I tried playing it again a couple of years ago, And oh my god, it's so bad. It was so bad. I could not get myself to play for more than 2 levels. It's the Daikatana of Scooby-Doo, and that's a sentence that has never been said before. Me going to bed now. Bye. Good night, Kyo. Thank you very much for coming along and watching me trying to do art in between my rants about life. I appreciate everyone who's here, whether chatting or not. Y'all make my... You make me happy, yes. Have you seen the infamous Daikatana ad? You have to be a lot more specific. If you mean the one that has the B word in it though, yes, I have seen it. My partner Frosty was actually streaming it just yesterday actually, now that I think about it. And holy cow, what a mess of a game. Part of me kind of wants to try it as well, but the other one is scared because... Y'all, I don't know if I have actually looked at gameplay of that game or listened to it, but wow. Wow. The sound, it's just so overwhelming. I actually got a little bit of sensory overload just from watching her play the game. What a mess. Don't you just love the power of copy and paste? I just have the work for myself. I have stayed far too long here. I'm glad that you've been having fun. My goal as a streamer is to make people have fun for sure. I must go now. Thank you very much for being here. I'll see you around. And I hope I'll be able to catch your next stream, Bianca. I really wanted to catch the one you made yesterday, but I was just too tired. So yeah, have a good time of day. Time is really flying by tonight. Doesn't feel like it's been almost 2 hours for me. Fair, I stream pretty late for you. Let's just say that wanting to watch indie tubers as someone who lives in Europe is not very easy. Alright, let's see. I need to stream earlier. So many of my fans are European. Here's my golden tip. GMT 6 to 8 are very good times for streaming for both European and American audiences if you can afford it. That's what I stick to. Then I get the best of both worlds. I don't actually remember the rest of the lyrics. I can't stick to the bits, sorry. God, I miss watching Hannah Montana when I was a kid. It's gonna get worse when I move to Australia. Good luck in the land down under, mate. I can do that sadly. I normally have classes then. Yeah, finding... You're never gonna be able to make a time that works for everyone. Be it your friends or everyone in your audience. It's just something you have to get used to. But hey, what can you do? Them's the works. Maybe I can join you since New Zealand apparently offers a limited trans people in the UK. can't exactly blame them for that decision. Alright, let's work on this side of part of the dress a bit for now. If there's something that I do not understand is how skirts work. The physics of skirts, going around stuff, making volume. How does it work? I do not know. They're a mystery. Oh, the only things that I know about skirt is that they go spinny. Yes, Frosty, thank you. Skirt goes spinny and we do not question its intents. We do not question its physics. It's amazing just how much in touch with with me and my thoughts chat is tonight. This is a spiritual experience of shitpostery. Also skirts with pockets, literally everything else. To date, I've only seen one pair of skirts with pockets. I immediately bought it, of course. I still have it to this day and I use it all the time. Generally, if you find any piece of quote-unquote feminine clothing that has pockets, get it. You're not gonna have that luck every day. Unless you're shopping online, which is, well, a whole other story. I miss pockets so much, yes. MTF, it's more of like a PT&P. Pockets to no pockets. That's a true transition that was done. I have a dress with pockets, I'm just not really a dress person. Oh, wait, fuck, I fucked up. Give me a sec. So, I really like dresses. I'm too shy to wear dresses. There's a reason I gave my model a pinafore. It's to vicariously live through it. Because usually I'm too shy about wearing dresses, even though I've been out of the closet for like, what? Oh my god, it's been like 6 years now? Sweet lord. As seen on TV product idea, instant pocket. A pocket that can clip onto clothing. Now, you joke, but that's actually a pretty good idea. Then again, isn't that just a purse? I don't know, what I do know is that due to the lack of pockets, I always walking around with a backpack. I have a kitty backpack that I carry with me everywhere. If you are brave enough to go down my media tab on Twitter and the hundreds and hundreds of GIFs that I reply with on people's posts, you'll find a picture of said backpack somewhere in there. Wear cat ears, cat face mask, cat backpack, cat stockings. Look, I know you're joking, but part of me actually really wants to get some cat stockings. I mean, I'm currently using Razer headphones with cat ear clip-ons. I know I made a joke recently on Twitter about, hey, what's under the cap? Honestly, the answer should have been cat ears. I kind of regret not have gone for cat robot. Cat butt plug. Oh my. Not getting that Steamian shot, please. Now, this isn't like a minor friendly stream by any means. But at the same time, it doesn't need to get load. Thanks. That's reserved for my Twitter out. If you know, you know. Though I haven't exactly been active there either. Luckily, as robot, you can fully overhaul your look without breaking lore. Exactly! Rebrand? I just bought new parts. Fuck miners and scalpers. Yes! I'm not exactly looking for like new PC parts or anything, but I know people who are, and I feel so sorry for all of y'all. There's other things I've wanted to buy in the past that I couldn't because of scalpers, like certain books or releases. Back in Brazil, where I come from, manga distribution tends to be very poor. There's 3 major publishers, and one of them, which is the one that gets the most titles, like, they print so few units. So basically you had people buying up stock to resell it at like 3-4 times the market price months later, because they never did second prints. And come on, why would y'all do that? I really need a new GPU so I can give Cody my current one. Yes, that could help me with some of my blanks where I'm about to say something and then I just go dial up noise here. Also, if you're enjoying watching me do art, then congratulations, you're in luck. After running a Twitter poll recently, I discovered that most of my audience seems to want to watch me for my art. At least over video games. It was like a 65% in favor of me playing games, more or less. So that's probably what I'm gonna be focusing on here on out. But that's not to say that I'll stop playing games, not by any means. Because God knows that I have like at least 30 different platformers that I want to play. You're not gonna get rid of my platformer bullshit no matter how much you try. I'm gonna be on it day and night. I know what you're doing. You're using this as an excuse to not play Persona. I don't think I need... I don't know. I'm interested in Persona, but at the same time... That's such a time investment, bruh. Like, 100 hours? Ouch. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't watch streamers for what they do, I mainly watch for how they act on stream. That's something that I'm trying to discover, whether people watch me more for myself or for the content. I personally tend to watch people more for their personality myself, though if they are streaming something that I find interesting, that doesn't hurt. I struggle to keep rambling on my streams when people stop talking. Just close your eyes, think of the first thing that comes to your mind, and then just start talking about it to yourself. Or imagine you're talking to a friend, or maybe even Timmy. I can't close my eyes or John Romero will kill me. I would really hope that John Romero does not try to kill me. I'm gonna make him my bad word here. I usually don't look at a screen for most people's streams, so personality is really important. Yes. I also don't tend to watch streamers so much as listen to them. That's also true for other stuff. I tend to listen to YouTube videos more than I actually watch them. Because, see, I think at least that I have ADHD, and I can't concentrate on stuff, a single stuff. A single stuff, yes, grammar. Great. So I prefer doing stuff, well, I prefer having something in the background while I'm doing other things. So when it comes to streaming, I prefer those that I can listen to while I'm just browsing on Twitter, while I'm cleaning the house, while I'm working on art. It takes a very special kind of creator for stuff that I really want to see live to get me to actually watch the visual part or want to watch back whole VODs. This also means that watching a lot of visual media is very difficult for me. It's very rare that I manage to sit down and just watch a movie. It's easy for me if I have friends along for the ride, because then I can just keep babbling about stuff. Earlier today I was watching the first Spider-Man movie with Kylie, and I was pausing the movie every 2 minutes basically to ramble about the cinematography and the script, and I had tiny little bit of a movie making nerd, not so much cinema nerd as in the process of movie making. It's really interesting to me, and camera choices and such. And yeah, I feel bad for Kylie and anyone who wants to watch stuff with me, because I pause so much to just ramble. Oh hey, this reminds me of this entirely unrelated thing. I'm not gonna talk about it for 10 minutes, and I really hope that you're not gonna get angry over it. I think it might come off as rude to some people, but I don't know. It's just me being myself. Oh, this is actually coming out okay, I would say. I mean, I don't know if it looks perfect, by any means, but that's okay. This is okay. Wait, no, this doesn't work. Whew. Let me take a look at something real quick. Okay. I'm starting to feel a little bit tired, so I'm not gonna end the stream just yet, but probably not gonna be going for too much longer. I'm preparing myself to already be angry. Well, sorry, it's just how I be. Literal ADHD gremlin. Actually, this whole section looks a bit wrong. It should be falling down. Because gravity is a thing, it's not just gonna be floating there. Unfortunately. I really want some gravity-defying dresses that just stay in perfect shape the entire time. So, no matter the pose, it looks amazing. I have to head to Lark mode working on some code. Well, you have fun with that. I really respect people who can do coding. Ironically enough, I suck at everything STEM related. I really respect people who can do maths, who can do, well, basically anything more complicated than subtraction, addition, multiplying, and dividing. Y'all scare me. Y'all are too powerful for my tiny little CPU to handle. Where's that down? Here it is. Right, that's on another layer. I totally forgot. There we go. Actually, I should choose a darker tone for this. Something more like this. There we go. Oh, I really like that. That usually takes me a few times to get the right shade, but no, this time it just went perfectly. Yeah, great stuff. Right. Oh, this dress design is also quite complicated. See, it's long as you can see, and then it has a bunch of white frills going along the hem of the skirt. But on top of that, there are 2 extra bows on either side and several flowers. And that's just gonna take so long. But it's okay, I appreciate the challenge. Now that I think about it, this all should be going a bit further up. And rotate. Well, that looks a bit rough, but we can fix it. That's a reference that no one is gonna get. Or maybe some people will. I don't know. Was Bob the Builder relevant in other people's lives as well? I watched that stuff like it was... I don't know. I want a good analogy here. I drunk that stuff up like it was ambrosia? Ugh. No, that's weak. Anyway, Bob the Builder was good. I can't believe they fucked up his design in the... I don't know, the last time I checked they were making like a new cartoon or something, and it just looked wrong. It just looked generic for one. Maybe I should just stick to watching the new Blue's Clues instead. I mean, they said LGBT rights recently from what I've seen, so that's already a pretty good sell for me. If things go gay good, I go wanna watch. That's okay, I said that earlier that you can win me over with food or by complimenting me. You can also win me over by just having good opinions on stuff. And here is a good opinion. Pride, great. Queer people, amazing. Trans rights, human rights. If I have a problem with that, well, I guess bad taste is something that can be accounted for. It just happens. Good luck to you in the future. This doesn't look quite right. I think it needs to move further up. Closer to the knee. I'm still so happy that that's just like an emoji? I'm not sure. But that's something that's available for everyone to use the trans heart. I don't know how that happened, but I'm just glad it is how it is. Okay, I'm feeling tired, I'm gonna be very honest. So, I think I'm gonna be ending the string around-ish here. It's already 22 where I live. I should probably be responsible and not go to bed at 2 AM again. So, everyone, thanks for coming. Those who are still here, those who recently arrived, those who went. I don't know, maybe it's dumb of me to be like, oh, thank you, you're also nice every time, but like, it's genuine, it's not meant as an empty thing. I'm very thankful for every single person who comes over and listens to me here ramble about stuff for 2 hours every time. Yo, give me life, or battery as the case may be. And I leave you tonight with a wisdom. Eat well. Drink water. Pet girls. Yes. Good night, Tri-State area. Mwah. Oh, wait. I can raid. That's a thing that can be done. Let's see who is streaming.
Until we
Oh, I know exactly who we're going to raid. I'm not gonna raid Yuna, cause like, she started around 20 and her streams tend to last until 22, so I think she's gonna be done soon. Instead, I'm gonna raid my good friend Zoe, aka Gauntlet Queen. If y'all haven't checked her out, please stick around. She's very funny and her motto is great. Alright, and now, actually, good night, Tri-State area! That was the worst Doofenshmirtz impression you will hear in your entire life. Be cursed with this forbidden knowledge. Bye-bye.